Nerd could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerd could rise up. It could get elevated.
Hey, nerds! Nerds!
Nerdcore used to be just a made-up word.
All right, so we're going to get into Season 3 Bad Batch, Episode 10, momentarily, but we want to talk to you guys about what's going on. We're not quitting the podcast.
The future.
The future. We're not quitting the podcast. Let me start by saying that first before you guys. Anyone
the things that we're going to talk
conclusions.
about, it's going to kind of sound like that's what's happening, but it's not.
But it's not. It's just we're going not even in a different direction. Kyle is
So
literally going in a different direction.
going in a different direction. I luckily had an opportunity for a change of venue, not a career change, just a change of venue. Being able to continue doing education like I am now, which I think I've found my passion. Chris has heard me talk about it for the last 2 years now, and I think he can vouch for that. I don't think it's like, I don't think it's still the new teacher excitedness. I think this is really what I should have been doing my whole life. An unfortunate side effect of what I'm doing currently is I'm very, very far away from family. I've had my mom has recently retired. My dad has recently retired. I've got family kind of dropping left and right back home on the east side of the state. And luckily I had an opportunity to go home to teach and go home to teach, live back home, be back close to family. Something that I've wanted for a while. And for you guys, especially people in Oklahoma, our listeners here, you guys know that I grew up in a very, very small town. I graduated with like a class of 11 people.
He just showed me the map. His town's the size of my neighborhood.
The town that I grew up in is the size of Chris's neighborhood.
And I'm not in a huge town.
No. Well, to me, you would have been back in the day. Like you see where I come from, like, oh, this area is big. Huge. And so in those small school districts, if you're wanting to go there to teach, you're basically having to wait for somebody to retire or die. Or both, they retire, then they die. Because a lot of times they retired and they still come back and teach again. So luckily I got a phone call from my old high school principal asking me to come and teach at his school, which is literally a mile away from the town that I grew up in. It's a little odd because it's our high school rival. I have to be able to get past that. And but it's a great opportunity. I'm getting a chance to move back home. I'm going to actually be able to move literally right in between my brother and my mom. I'm going to be moving out into the country, which is what I need. And I'll be about 200 yards from my brother's front porch and then about 500 yards from my mom's back porch through the woods and such. And so it's I hate using the term, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, but it's a not very often in a lifetime opportunity for all these pieces to fall into place. And this literally happened over the course of about 72 hours this last week. And so I haven't got to talk to Chris a whole lot about it. I've been giving him like a little bit here and there, and finally just got to give him the whole rundown pre-show of what's happening. So with that, the moving process for me is going to be tricky. Because I'll be selling the house that I'm in right now, with housing costs and new construction costs and all that. I'm just buying a double wide and plopping it out in the country, which is very on brand for me, apparently. And but with that is going to come the lag and move. So anybody that's ever moved or ever actually moved out in a very rural area, that there is some time in getting things set up. So I'm not moving into a house. I'm going to have a house moved there. That's going to take some time to get set up. I will have amazing internet out there. I'm actually like living, Chris saw the map. It's like 5 miles out, literally in the middle of nowhere. And they have a fiber line that runs right in front of where I'm going to be living at. So I'll still have great internet to be able to continue to do this. There's just a time frame of it may be several weeks where I'm without internet and the capability to record like I am now. We're working on some alternatives for that, for me to be able to continue to be on here, but
We're gonna try phone,
we're
maybe
going to try the phone. Yeah, telephones work. And so
telephone. We'll see how it works with.
we'll see how
recording.
that goes.
We're gonna test it.
We may have a little lag in audio quality for a little while, but the other backup is Chris is working on some fill-in co-hosts until I can get settled. I
know they will.
Yeah, I won't say any names to put any pressure on them, but they know who they are.
You all know who they are too.
And you'll know them. It won't be anybody new. And so there may be, like I said, a several week lull in me being able to be on the show until I can get set up and settled, and then we make some adjustments to different schedules and things like that. So I'm not going anywhere. Well, I guess I am, but I'm coming back. So
just so you guys know what's going on.
So you guys know what's going on. So you're like, oh, why is this happening, or why is this happening? So that's what that is. I'm gonna let you take over because I'm getting a phone call.
Okay. So basically, just so you guys know, again, Kyle's not going anywhere. We paid a lot of money for this damn logo too. So we're not getting rid of it. Okay. We're not getting rid of it. Yeah, we paid a lot of money for that logo, for our branding. So we're gonna do that. What we're gonna do while Kyle's gone, I don't know yet. I've got to figure that out. But I do have people that are willing to step up and help out, and they've been dying to get back on anyway. So this is gonna help. What else is coming up for us in the future? We are so far behind because Kyle and I's schedules got nuts, and more so him than me lately. I'm sports dad. We're busy as shit, but not as busy with Kyle being the one-man show down at his school for esports, where he was doing it 5-6 nights a week. So he hasn't even been able to stream. Yeah, man. So we're gonna finish up episode 10 of Bad Batch. We're gonna try, or later this week or next weekend, an abbreviated version of episodes 11 through 15. I know that's hard for us, but we're gonna have to try it just to get through it so we can get back to some OG content and maybe get on whatever a new series is. And we can Nerkie that. Or, I want to do some OG content too, because that's just fun to do. And I'll talk to the new co-hosts.
There we go. Back.
When that's going on as well. So we'll try that.
Something I would like to see some feedback from you guys. You were cutting in and out as I was walking through the house, so you may have said it. Is I kind of tossed around the idea of maybe doing, so we can stick with our Nerkies, for that format of doing some like classic stuff. So some older movies, some older, preferably movies that are deeply ingrained in our nerdy culture.
Mm-hmm.
Because at times we do struggle with staying timely. We've got busy lives outside of this. And so if that's something, if you guys would like us to, do the original Dune or something like that, let us know. Then we don't have to worry about
deep.
Yeah. Or something, that there's a lot of classic nerdy stuff that I have forgotten what I've seen or I haven't even seen. And so we could do a whole run on that.
Debbie Does Dallas.
Mm-hmm. No, I've seen those.
The classics. We're gonna Nerkie that. All right, she's going all the way.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So we're gonna try some new stuff just to get back. But what I was alluding to also, I think it's gonna help that Disney just came out this last week and said, I think no more than 2 new series and 1 movie a year for Star Wars and Marvel.
They were cranking out so much stuff.
I know, and which is good. That started a whole debate in our chat. I enjoy the new stuff because it gives me something to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was hard for us to keep up. doing this. So this may be good for us doing Nerkies. Yeah, so we'll figure stuff out. Again, thank you guys for sticking with us, and we just wanted to let everyone know what was going on.
Yeah.
In the future, that way you didn't think that, you know, Kyle either A, died, or B, you know, he and I aren't friends or something and we parted ways. That's because only one of those is true.
I'm not dead yet.
He's not dead yet.
Mhm.
We are parting ways, though. We hate each other
So much.
so much.
So
But yeah,
much.
we just wanted to let everyone know what's going on.
Mhm.
So with that, we're gonna get into we're just gonna do an abbreviated entrance or intro too, because we've gone a long time just talking about this. So
Mhm.
welcome to Every Man's Guide to Nerddom. We're two 40-year-olds, talk about pretty much whatever we want, and we move wherever we want.
By God, we're adults.
We're adults. I'm adult Chris.
I'm adult Kyle. And also, we're doing abbreviated. Join the
do
Discord,
abbreviated.
like, subscribe, follow, share, Twitch, Guyver
Stuff.
Unit 01, GYVERUNT01, KSIG, K_SIG, Fridays, Saturdays, indie games, horror games, hang out, like, also subscribe, follow. There we are.
Woo!
Discord in the show notes down below.
Hello.
All right.
All right.
That was really that worked better than I thought it would on the
It did.
That's the
So
new thing.
we'll do
I'm
this.
just going to pre-record that and push a button every time. We can go back and save it.
And we're done.
And we're spent.
Okay, so we are on episode 10 of, let me mute this, Bad Batch Season 3,
This may be one of my favorite episodes because
Identity Crisis.
of how unique it is.
It really is.
This is a Bad Batch free Bad Batch episode.
It really is.
You don't see any of the Bad Batch in this. You don't see Omega. You
No.
don't see our core characters. We do get some surprises.
Mm-hmm. And this is, I think, where how they're gonna be doing some of these, like Skeleton Crew and, you know, these other shows that they're planning on.
Yeah.
So
there is there's a whole different mood to this episode, I think. From the score to how things are shot. I say shot, I guess. Can you say how they're shot with it being animated? I guess you say, you know, the angle and the direction of it's. I told Chris pre-show, this gave me really big, like, Stranger Things vibes, especially the latter half of the episode. So that you guys have seen this, you know, what do you think about it? Like, that's how I felt through this.
I agree. It does give those vibes off.
And so it's really interesting because we do get to see a cool transition, and some things being, you know, set up very well, I believe. This is still as far as I've been, so I'm hoping maybe I can binge watch the rest of the season tonight, and find out if my thoughts are correct. And while I was out of range, you talk about us like doing a consolidated episode of what's left. Okay, and so
we're gonna attempt. Well, we're attempting.
We'll attempt. I think we can do it. I have faith. I know we get long-winded.
Long-winded, yeah.
So we're gonna. Damn it! We're gonna have to make notes ahead of time.
I want to preference also Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there who raised us, birthed us. You know, even if you're not biological mother and you're a mother to someone, Happy Mother's Day. You deserve it.
Happy womb eviction day to all. No, it's birthday. Never mind.
Yeah, that's birthday. But this is thank you for everything that if you see yourself as some sort of motherly figure to anyone, even if you're not related, thank you.
Yep. I'm going to
appreciate you.
Controversial take here. Dog moms, this is not your day.
Nope. But cat moms, it can be.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like, isn't there like a pet parent day? I'm sure there is.
I'm sure there is. Hallmark does everything, but I fucking hate cats, so I don't actually mean that.
Gandalf will hear that.
Well, he won't let me pass anyway.
You don't have a giant gray cat named Gandalf, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you've seen him. Actually, you've probably seen him on stream before because
I've seen
he
him in your
wanted to-
house.
Oh yeah, yeah. He actually liked you, which was odd because he doesn't like anybody. And never mind.
He smelled the tuna in my
No,
pocket.
I was about to get us canceled, so never mind.
Oh,
was either
fuck
gonna
you.
get us
I know where you're
canceled-
going with that now.
I was either going to get us canceled or highly offend my friend. So we're not going to.
Either way, it still would have been really funny.
It crossed my mind. Like I couldn't help it. Well, you were there too because you knew where I was going to go with it.
I knew exactly where you were going with it. And if you guys know us, you know where we were going with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I thought he was going to fear for his life. But
Yeah.
no, he was good.
Yeah, he was good. I mean, I was calling him delicious. So yeah. So speaking of cats, we are in a market on some unnamed planet, and there's two cooter cats.
God, I thought you were going to say like a cat market. Like that's going to continue the
No,
joke.
not a cat market. Look, we got two cooter cats up here with 4 ears.
That's yeah. Hey, 4 years. What's up?
Hey, 4 ears.
I think they got picked on. A lot.
Maybe because look how much shorter they are than everyone.
You know, they're little 4 years.
Well, 4 ears. Look. Do you see what's right next to them? Like right there, it's greenies.
Greenies.
You know, the little breath treat for dogs and cats.
Oh, actually, I like that. Okay, this is
Wait, you like to eat greenies?
No. Okay,
Oh,
we're still pissed at Disney for taking away the
extremely.
view together. But the way we're watching it now, and we're not going to divulge all the things, even though you can probably figure it out, just in case we get in trouble with that.
Here it is. Here's the
I can
greenies.
see your mouse cursor, so as you're pointing at things,
Mhm.
then I can know like what we're instead of us both pointing at a screen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Hey.
there it is. Hey, we gotta.
We're still pissed at you, Disney.
So there's really not like I was trying to see what these creatures like their race or whatever. They're just listed as like the feline child. Oh, they're a Tarlafar. Tarlafar?
Where are you seeing
Tarlafar.
that?
Yeah, this is the first appearance of this race. They're sentient. They have pink skin, white hair, black
They look like
eyes,
Yetis.
4 ears. That's it. There's not like a whole lot about them. We're short, white furred, sentient species of which, okay, we got names. Well, I'm not going to go into that. Whatever. We don't need to know that. But because
that's
I
where we're
got a
at.
feeling it comes up later. But yeah. All right. Carry on.
Okay.
We're 7
So-
seconds in.
So 7 seconds. So you see one of them, there's like a toddler riding like one of those little floaty chairs. No, it was her arm. But yeah, she's looking kind of looks like Alf a little bit. Not really. I'm just looking for something it looks like.
If your name was Alf and you were a feline sentient species, would you try to eat yourself?
But yeah, I would. I'd be delicious.
That'd be delicious.
I come at myself like a tornado made out of teeth and fingernails. Or would it be claws and fangs?
That would be terrifying.
That'd be awesome.
Like a
Okay,
famed
so-
tornado. That's the last thing we need right now. We're already having enough crap with. Anyway,
We're assuming it's the mom. She sets the baby down.
baby's
He's
doing
playing
baby
with-
stuff.
Yep. Playing with a little doll that looks like him.
Mhm.
He tosses it and it goes across the way. So he gets down and toddles over to go pick it up.
That's what they do. It's a
And then
toddler
you see-
cat.
And the toddler cat. And then all of a sudden you see this boss go flying next to one of those
Did you say vase?
vase. The vases.
You say aunt or aunt?
What my aunt.
I threw a vase at my aunt.
It's a vase. It was a vase. I
Yeah,
was just
church
trying to
it
be
up.
all I was just trying to be all classy.
Mhm.
It was at one of those little butt chin guys. I forget what they are.
Balchinians? Oh no.
Chinian. No, as the Aquilicious?
Yep.
Is that them?
Mm.
I don't remember. We'll find out here in a sec.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's the one that's haggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes, they go, these two go, it was him. That kid can barely lift a vase that big, let alone throw one. He used the force.
Yep, the
Mom
force is
goes to
strong with
get
that
him.
one.
Yeah, force is strong with that one. She's like, sorry, so sorry. Grabs him and runs off.
See, I love how like Wikipedia breaks this episode down to they call this section the feline child, not the child,
The feline
the
child.
feline child. I thought that was pretty cool.
I kind of like that.
Mhm.
One of them goes, see, I told you that kid was strange. People say he's cursed, gifted.
Mhm.
And then some, like his partner goes, shh, don't go saying things like that. You know what kind of trouble that could bring. Come on. And then they go on. They don't want to get involved. And then the Aquilish, eyes get little buggy and narrow. I mean, more buggy. He looks around. He goes and wanders off. He's looking for where the kid is. Goes into, we assume it's his house. I'm hoping it's his house. He puts in this.
It looks like he
disc.
went into the same house that they went into, though. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
I thought maybe it's like an apartment complex, maybe some kind
Maybe
of
it is.
like group living home or something. They're like they're in a group home.
Oh, maybe.
He's ratting them out for some space cigarettes.
Or he just literally walked into their home and go, hey, I'm going to turn you guys in.
Hey, guess what? Yeah.
They do look like Rocky Mountain oysters, don't they?
He does.
Coming out of his mouth.
He's got
like a-
nosticles.
It's like a Greedo mouth, except he's like getting ready to mate.
Why are
Like
they
if
sewing?
you flicked him in the nose,
Do you think they're
would that-
soft?
would
Or
that
do you
be
think that's
racking
like-
him?
Well, I'm trying to figure out if that's like a squishy tissue or if that's like tusky tissue.
I don't
Like
know.
if it's gonna be
Or
like bone or if it looks kind of veiny.
it does look veiny.
It looks kind of veiny. Yeah. Very symmetrical though, so good for him.
That doesn't happen to all of us. But he calls in, he says, I've got a tip for a class 1 bounty hunter.
Do you think when when you sometimes you have to sneeze and then you can't sneeze, like you almost sneeze and the sneeze doesn't happen, you really need to sneeze, that when he tries to and that happens, do you think they turn blue or
Do you instead of snot, do you think it's something else that comes out?
no, it's not. It's definitely snot. And
Oh, here, I borrowed your hanky. Here, have it back.
these handkerchiefs are so stiff they stand up on their own.
Like, did you leave it in your locker?
I hope you guys have watched this episode so you can see what we're seeing, because if you haven't, it's not nearly as funny.
No, but it's great.
But it's funny to me. So
And that's all that matters.
Mhm.
He goes, there's a kid in here you might be interested in.
He's got testy tusks. That's what they are.
He's testy. He is testy.
Mhm.
So he's turning in the kid to a class 1 bounty hunter.
there
Class
we go.
1 bounty hunters. Those are your Bobas. Those are your Jangos.
Fennec's.
Those are your Fennec Shans. Those are your Cad Bangs. Those are your IG-88s.
Yep.
Dengars.
Yep.
So
Top tier.
top tier.
Top tier.
Next thing you know, we're back on Tanis. And then there's Dr. Dicklock.
Mm-hmm.
And he is in this chamber with like 5 cryo tubes or some sort of tubes. And it's zoomed out, so you can't, it's like behind, it's from looking inside the tube to him, basically, and it closes. We don't know who's in there, but then he's holding up a data pad and it's one of those shadows.
Yeah.
In there. And then, he's walking off because he's a dick.
Do you think he's cloning clones to make more shadows?
No, I think he's just,
Is that like that? I figured that would not.
I think it's
work
all the ones
well.
he's experimenting on.
Okay, because I would think if you try to clone a clone, it's like making a copy of a copy, and it gets worse and worse.
A carbon copy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The shadow comes out like with one eye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm
One
here to
arm.
assassinate.
He's like, Johnny's a good boy.
Yeah.
He's like, your name is not Johnny. Johnny's a good boy.
I was scared where that was going to go.
Yeah, no, not getting canceled.
Okay, same thing.
No.
Okay.
So we see Scorch with him. Yep, we see Scorch with him, with Emery, and He goes, what's the issue? Progress in the lab has stalled since Nala Sa Umama saw confinement. And he says, the Kaminoan can no longer be trusted.
Mm.
And she's like, do you trust me? And he kind of pauses and looks at her. She's like, I've spent years working by your side. With a proper clearance, I could be more useful. And he's like, do you wish to be new chief scientist, Dr. Emery Carr? She's like, I believe I've earned it. Good for her.
Good for
He's
her,
like,
yeah.
very well. Let's begin bringing you up to speed on Project Necromancer. And she's got a little shitty grin. And so she becomes chief scientist. And she didn't even have to sleep with him.
That we know of.
That we know of.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she did say, I could be of more use to you. And he's like, you're
Ooh.
not science. She's a cold mistress.
Chili in her loins. Okay. Like cold in her loins, not like
Cold.
there's chili in her loins.
He's literally putting chili in her loins.
Wolf brand crotch.
Wolf brand. It's wolferific.
It's meaty.
Oh, it's made from Commander Wolf.
Oh no.
Oh, poor Wolf. That's why we haven't seen him again. He became cooter food. Poor Wolf.
Oh.
I don't even know how you and I
that took
get
a
on this
turn. I
shit.
wasn't ready for that.
Don't forget Project Necromancer is the secret project for the Emperor. He takes her to the vault for the first time.
Funny that this came out pretty close to the same time Fallout came out. And we got vaults and we got like,
yeah.
Hemlock's kind of like an overseer.
Yeah. He's like,
Little
you've
bit.
been given access to the vault. I agree with that. They walk in and he explains to her about the assets, the specimens. Their assets are specimens. Once they get in there, he's like, they're your responsibility. And they're vital to this project. They go in and the specimens are children with high M counts.
So this is where I started getting the Stranger Things vibes.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
it all
absolutely.
shifted right here. So you've got this very sterile white room. You have the up above where they're looking down. There's a name for that. Like when they're like you see surgery, like when they're having surgery.
Observation.
Observation, but it's called something else. It's bugging me now. Anyway, so they're above where they can see, not creepily watch the kids down below.
Yep.
And so you have like the mini Jolly Green Giant. You got
Hornhead.
You got the smaller version from Legend, like one of his offspring. Looks just like
The Lord of Darkness.
The Lord of Darkness. Yeah,
It's the
that would
Child
be
of Darkness.
Yeah, that would be the Prince of Darkness. No, that's Ozzy.
That's a princess. It's a female.
Oh yeah, Princess of Darkness. Okay.
And the other one looks like
I thought that was
Beast
Amy
Boy.
Lee. Okay.
Oh, I love Amy Lee.
I do too. I got me quite an Amy Lee crush.
I will always have an Amy Lee crush.
She did a children's album. Anyway, so there. Yeah, the music and stuff started changing here and gradually got more like
creepy.
I don't want to say that they didn't. It wasn't a ripoff, but if they deny being influenced by some of these scenes from Stranger Things in this, like when we had the flashbacks whenever 11 was like being trained, and then you had all the other numbered children.
Yep.
And well, okay, we'll get to that when it gets to it. Now they start talking about names and stuff. So carry on. I'm just gonna start being like, there's another. I'm gonna Leonardo DiCaprio the shit out of this.
Hemlock said these particular 3 were selected because of their high M count. And Emery, look at her face. She looks disturbed. She's like, why children? Are there not adults that can serve this purpose? And he's like, there are a few adults left with such characteristics. Dun, dun, dun. Order 66.
They killed them.
Yeah, they killed them all. Well, to be fair, there's not that many children left either because they killed them there too. Anakin.
I saw a meme over the weekend. Somebody drinking some Yingling, and It said, my, call me Anakin because I'm murdering these Yinglings at 9 o'clock in the morning.
We got to remember that one.
Yep, I loved it. I'll see if I
Do
can
some
find
morning drinking. Um, Dr. Dicklock says children are easier to attain and more agreeable to the subjugations, aka they're small and they can't run away. The
I'm looking for the meme.
little hornhead's in there, gets taken back to her cell, holds out her hand to this droid, and it takes her blood. And she said, as you know, M count can't be directly replicated from the source. Nulla Say knew this, and this is why she made it in Omega's escape. And she said, or she knew of another way, which is why she aided in Omega's escape. The young clone's blood is the only binder that's proven to be compatible with their DNA to recreate their M count levels. That's, again, this is why Omega is so important.
Mm-hmm. So when we thought it was because of her M count level, it's not necessarily. So
it's the way it was done.
Yeah, she was made to be. She's a binder. Really, she's like cornstarch.
She's a trapper keeper.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like she has a high M count. Well, she doesn't. She does not have a high M count level, right? Because of the test. Hold on, I'm confused.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't, but
she
her
does
blood
have
is...
an M. Well, no, she does. Kind of. It's enough where they noticed it.
Enough where they noticed it, but it's not high enough for her to be like super force sensitive
that we know of.
That we know of at this point. But it's unique enough that they're able to use her blood as a binding agent to hopefully duplicate a high M count level that is also force sensitive. The science is, I'm confused, which is also not a good sign for what I'm going to be doing in the next couple of months.
Well, I can't wait till you're teaching science.
It's going to be earth science.
You're going to start talking
science.
about, all right, out of this rock. All right, who can get water out of this rock? What? Okay, M counts? Who has an M count?
Looks like we're doing vocab for the next 18 weeks.
Learn your lessons, children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, God, I hope I don't have to do anatomy. I would not be able to teach anatomy with a straight face.
Yeah. All right, children, repeat after me. Penis, penis, penis. Vagina, vagina, vagina.
I had to substitute a biology class this year. And the teacher left them a word scramble. Okay. The first word that was scrambled, the letters were, it was like SNEIP. SNEIP. The correct answer on the answer key was spine. Now, spine can be rearranged to make another anatomy term.
Penis. So you put penis down for all the children?
No, I didn't write it down. But one of the kids looked at the sheet and they're like, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be spine, but I think it could be something else. And I looked at it, and so I'm dying laughing. And I sent a picture of it to the teacher that I was subbing for, like, hey, did you realize that this could be two things? And she's like, oh my God. In all my years of science, I never realized that those same letters spelled those two things. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed because every kid put spine on there. I'm like, you little chicken shits. Like, you had your opportunity.
You had your chance to shine.
You had your time to shine. There's also a joke that goes with that. I'll tell you one other time later. But apparently there's a Greek name, Shinepenis, that is spelled Shinepenis. It's Shinepenis, and they get really angry if you pronounce it as shine penis.
No, from now on it's shine penis.
Well,
Spinacopita.
When me and the buddies in college worked at a call center, Mr. Shinepenis calls in with his car rental and just and I think it was Frank. Remember Frank?
Yeah.
I think it was Frank that took the call. He was like, okay, Mr. Shine Penis, I'm just going to need you to move your car. And he's like, it's Shinepenis. This poor guy.
Hey, good job, Frank.
Good job, Frank.
Mr. Shine Penis.
All right, Mr. Shine Penis, I'm going to need you to take that tire off. It's happiness.
Yes, that's what I said. Shine Penis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I ended up with that call somehow. Like, I don't want that call. Don't, because I won't be able to resist.
Hit and play.
Random facts of the day. Okay, so we're in the not the cloning facility. We got the mini Jolly Green Giant. We got a little
Emery.
baby Banner.
Yeah, the little girl goes, "What's your name?" She's like, "I'm Emery. I like your glasses." And she goes, "What's your name?" And she's looking down, and dickhead goes, "Hey, Dr. Carr, limit your interaction with these little shits," is what he's saying.
Yeah, they're
Personal
assets.
interactions with specimens, because they're assets, nothing more. He sees them as science experiments.
Yeah.
They're scientific assets, nothing more. They're not people. If you give them names, they get hope. You treat them like people, so you can't treat them like people.
Yep, that's why you never, if you raise cattle, you never name them if you're going to eat them later. I mean, you can, but then it gets weird.
Yeah.
Now we got Fluffy in the freezer.
It's like, I love Uncle Brian. What?
Why would you name a cow Uncle?
Why not?
Okay. Well, there's another lesson we're going to have to give to you later, that cows can't be uncles.
Or how about grandma? And then that whole meme, punctuation's important. Let's eat, grandma. Let's eat, grandma.
God dang it.
Yep. You're welcome. You're going to think about that now. All right. So next we're at the little Cooter Cat's house.
Did you call it a Cooter Cat?
Yeah,
Or a
Cooter
Hooter Cat?
The Cooter Cat.
Either way.
Did you see? It's like they have little collars on, like that look like they're talking out, like Ned from South Park's like, "Come in.
It's
Welcome
coming
to
right
the
for
Cooter
us."
Cats. It's coming right for us."
Did you ever see the video of the little kid that took that and used it like an auto tune?
Yes.
I think he was like singing some Boys to Men or something. I don't know, but whatever.
We're gonna have to watch that. Okay.
Mhm.
Next, she sees someone under the door, and she goes and puts the toddler on the couch. And, her eyes are just kind of, something's going on. Kid's playing with his doll,
Little Dolly.
his dolly, his lovey. And then you see someone just standing at the door, and so she grabs a spade and gets stunned. And who is it? Our favorite bounty hunter, Cad Bane.
Cad Bane. He's blue dabu dee dabu die.
Yeah, with it blue dee ba da ba da da. And then Toto's there. He's like, Toto the test.
He goes, Toto the test.
And then I love Toto, voiced by Seth Green.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yep. I love how they gave Toto like a pot belly.
A little
Right
extra.
there.
He looks like he could be in that movie Robots.
Yeah. Oh, he does, doesn't it? It's a
He's so cute.
He's so cute.
Cute little droid, little robot.
Eat him up.
Hmm.
And the test proves positive, high M count.
Bum bum bum.
And he goes, "That'll do, pig." That'll
do.
So they bring a little, it's like a floating donkey. Little crib, throw him in there.
It's not quite like what we saw in The Mandalorian for Grogu.
Yeah. It's
similar.
That one was round. This one's
But
like
different.
donkey.
It's same but different.
Same but different. And Cad Bane's like, "Keep him quiet." And he's like, "I am not a nanny droid." And then he looks.
So sassy.
He is. He grabbed the doll, put it in. They lock up the baby. Baby's like, looking at mom. And like, this is actually a really sad part.
That one will get you right in the feels. That was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't watching that with my children's. It's so
Me
emotional
too.
lately. Okay.
And then
anyway,
Cad Bane
I'm going through the changes.
throws money at Ballsack face. So Emery comes back into little girl's cell. They're taking her blood again.
Mhm.
And she goes, "Hello, SP54." And she goes, "My name's Eva." "All right. My name's Chip." She's like,
Yeah,
"You may refer to
this part, and then carrying on. So she's going by like SP, what is it, SP54 or whatever.
SP54.
That was the other Stranger Things thing that happened because they were by number. They didn't give
Oh
them
my
names.
God. Yeah.
Yeah.
S-
Yeah.
SP
Woo!
SP54, where are you?
Floating
That's an
in a tin can.
No, that's an old callback to Car 54.
Oh, Car
Remember?
54. Yeah, man, I thought
Yeah.
that in forever.
SP54, where are you? Starring the late, great Fred. Oh, what was his name? Herman Munster.
Oh, God dang it.
What's his last name?
I don't know, but we got the internet at our fingertips. Who
Yeah,
played Herman Munster? That was Fred Gwynn.
Yeah, that's right. Gwen also played Jed in Pet Cemetery.
He's a tall fella.
Wasn't he
to-
the judge in My Cousin Vinny?
Might have been. I went to school with a guy that looked like him.
What do you mean the two Utes? Did you really?
Yep. Tall and everything.
I
I
bet that
think-
was awesome.
I think we called him Herman. He probably didn't like it.
Please tell me he laughed. He went,
He kind of, a little bit, yeah.
oh God, he was Herman
Which was
Munster.
weird for a 15-year-old kid to laugh like that, but
He did.
Mhm.
So, Eva asked, "What happened to Mistress Nala Say? She hasn't been back." And notice they all call her not Mistress Nala Say, so she was well loved,
Mhm.
as much as you can be. She's like, she's no longer overseeing this project. She's like, "Shut up. That is not your concern." She's trying to be mean.
she's trying to. And this, I was thinking during this whole thing
Yeah.
that, like, we see a lot of the really cold administrative types in the Empire that are taking, like, I kind of wondered, like, did they all start off like how Hemlock is? Like, maybe Hemlock was like this at one time where he was a little bit,
I bet he wasn't.
he probably wasn't, but I wonder if some of them were.
He's
and
too
then
ambitious.
they just got conditioned that way. Like, we have to be able to do this to be able to get through, kind of like how you see, like,
Well, you don't see him as people. You see him as lab rats.
yep, they have to disconnect to be able to
Mhm.
continue to do it because they don't have a choice.
Nope.
You think she got a raise when she took this job? Like, he just took her in there. Like, he didn't do anything to give her any
I
extra
know
clearance?
she didn't do any paperwork. Didn't have to go to
She
HR.
didn't have to go to HR.
Like,
And
no wonder fucking we know what's gonna happen. There's no background checks.
did the Empire have HR? Oh, here we go. Who would it go to? I guess it would go all the way up to the Emperor.
That's a terrible idea. The head of whatever it is, the company should never be in charge of HR. Because who do you go to?
Well,
But anyways,
there were
Eva asked-
1.5 million people on the Death Star when it exploded.
I didn't know there was that many.
Actually,
Emery-
1,565,231 people. Sorry, I got on a thing.
No,
there.
you're fine. Ava asked, "Oh, but she said she'd find out for me." And Emery's like, "Find out what?" And she's like, "When I'd be able to, when we can go home." So you can see that Nala Se was trying to give them hope. She's like,
Yep.
"Can you find out for me?" And Emery's like, "I will look into it." Like answering it without answering it. And she goes, "Thank you, Dr. Carr." Emery just kind of gives her a little nod.
Next time Emery comes back, Dr. Carr, per my last email.
Per my last email.
Now they're on the little. He looks like he could be a character off a reboot.
SP32. Oh, he does. He looks like Enzo.
Mhm.
Reboot. Beep, beep. Oh, Guardian Bob. He kind of looks like Beast Boy too. I think
Little
he's just the
bit.
green skin.
Yeah. It's very greenest of you.
I'm a greenest elitist. They go into SP32. His name is Jax. They go to draws blood, and Jax keeps looking at the door, grabs Emery's data pad, makes a break for it. Not a good break because he slips.
Yeah.
They see him up there. They press a button. Everything goes to lockdown in red, Sith colors. He goes to unlock the door, puts the data pad in, and it's on lockdown. So nope.
Yeah. Good try,
she's like-
buddy.
Yeah. She's like, SP32. He's like, stay away from me. He's like, she's like, it's okay. You're safe. And he's like, nope, nope. And he's like, that's not my name. That's not my name. They said I could go home. I just want to go home. And in walks Commander Scorch and just stuns him immediately. Isn't that sad
Mhm.
to a kid?
It is.
She's like, blasters aren't necessary. I have everything under control. And they just, Jax tries to make a break for it. They stun his ass. Checks his pulse.
Now, the
Yes.
whole thing when you're like, that's not my name, that's not my name. Are you having some like LeVar Burton type thoughts there?
No,
Is
I
that-
was having some Ting Tings thoughts.
Oh, I thought you were going to like Roots. And
No,
I thought that's where you're
no,
going
I was
with
going to the Ting Tings. That's
Never
not my
mind.
name. That's not my name.
it. Oh, all right.
Kyle's bound and determined to get us canceled today.
There, if I'm going away for a few months, yeah, we're going to
You're on your own, fucker. I'm taking this whole thing down with me.
Mhm.
Emery is just horrified at the whole thing. She's like, why did you do that? He was a kid. And he's like, specimen tried to escape. It's protocol. And these are the droids that, not droids, the clones that, you know, that are good soldiers.
Well, that's objective or subjective, or that's whatever. That's up to debate. There we go. They're
They're
decent
checking
soldiers.
out Jax. One droid's checking his vitals. The other's, you know, without consent, drawing his blood.
Mm-hmm.
And Emery's behind him. Just, you can tell, like, look at her eyes, the way they animated her eyes. You can tell there's sadness in there.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah. Sadly
Ava's-
drawn eyes.
sadly drawn eyes. Ava goes, is Jack's going to be okay? She's like, who? And she points. She goes, he'll be fine.
It's fine.
And Eva's, you know, worried. She's just a little girl. She's like, is he going to be in trouble? No, he's not in trouble. You can see him tomorrow when his ass wakes up.
Mm-hmm. Lazy little shit.
Okay, I've got to tell you this
Okay.
because it just popped up on my phone. Madam Web is going to be on Netflix this week.
Really?
Yeah, 2 days, the 14th. That's how bad this movie did.
Straight to Netflix.
No, I mean, it
I
came
mean, not
out
straight
on,
to Netflix, but
yeah,
like,
it came out on like digital like 2 weeks after the theater.
well, the new Kung Fu Panda had almost the exact same thing happen.
Yeah, but the Kung Fu Panda cast wasn't just going on interviews, just roasting the movie though.
Well, there's that.
So yeah.
Kung Fu Panda 4 wasn't that great though. I was a little disappointed.
So that's what you said. I'm still gonna see it because I gotta finish it. Next thing you know, Emery's just kind of looking at Jax and she feels the sadness. She has empathy.
Mhm.
So next thing you know, she's walking through the corridors and she goes to see Nala Se. She's asking Nala Se about the project. She wants to know, will they be discarded like she was as a child? So now you know some of Emery's backstory, why she
Yeah.
has sympathy towards the kids.
Yeah. She has a plan. I think she had the plan before she asked for her raise or promotion.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Was your plan to discard them too? She's like, the Empire will keep them in order to control them. And Emery just looking down, she's like, they don't belong here. So here's where Emery comes into play. And Nala says, like, no, they do not. But none of this was my choice. I had to protect Omega. And she's like, and what about the other children? And she's like, I did what I could, but you know, bitch, I'm in here now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now they
Don't
will
lock
look
me
to
up.
you.
Their little tiny mouth.
Yeah. And she's like, what will you do, Emery? She's like, what can I do? I don't have that kind of power. And Nala says, like, don't you? She's like, bitch,
I just said I don't.
you're chief scientist now.
You got promoted.
And I'm surprised these damn clones don't listen to him and then report it. You know what I mean? He was right there. Next thing you know,
I'm assistant regional scientist, not assistant to the regional
to
scientist.
the scientist. She's walking out. She's Dr. Dicklock, and she's like, Dr. Carr, word, new specimen arriving today. And she's like, another? And he's like, I heard about the earlier incident, so I understand about your hesitation. However, this latest acquisition will not be a danger to you. And she's like, I'd like to accompany the commander. And he's like, no, you don't need to.
It looks like a cat lady, but with horse children. Just going to keep collecting them. That sounded way worse than I meant for it.
Yeah,
to.
it sounded so bad.
In my head, well, I didn't fully process it before it came out of my mouth. Whatever. It's fine.
Take it and like it, people.
Yeah.
Um,
Put that on a t-shirt.
So Emery, you can see Emery's already trying some deceit. She goes, I would like to ensure that they're properly maintained at every stage. No, she wants to look out for the kids because they're kids.
Mhm.
And then we see Sir Governor Tarkin, not Grand Moff, request an audience. And it's like, he goes, do as you wish, Dr. Carr. Thank God for that call from Tarkin.
Mm-hmm. Good
There's
job,
not
Tarkin.
questioning her anymore. Good job. He goes and sits down, and it's Governor Tarkin.
Mhm.
Tarkin is, he's the money man. He's like, he's questioning how much is being spent by Hemlock, and Hemlock basically tells him, fuck off. This is money well spent since it's important to the Emperor.
He's the Ebenezer Scrooge of the Empire.
He really is. He's like, yeah, fuck off, Tarkin. The Emperor thinks I'm important, so you can't say shit.
Ghost of Revolution's future.
That's what it is. Well, and Tarkin asks, what's so important about this? So this is how hush hush it is. Tarkin was basically the Emperor's right-hand man later down the line, just because his brutality and shit. And he's like, it's classified. That reminds me of, okay, this scene, I'm just picturing Norm Macdonald as Bruce Reynolds chewing gum with his mustache. Going, not important.
You mean Burt Reynolds?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I saved
What'd
you
I say?
because you would get called out. You're welcome.
What'd I say?
Bruce.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was Bert's
thank
less
you.
popular
Burt,
brother. That
Bruce Reynolds.
Yeah.
Nope. Thank you. Nope.
Smoky and Abundant.
Smoky and that's the Temu version.
Yeah.
I paid
got
$7
Bruce Reynolds.
for this. But yeah, I'm just picturing Bert just gone, chewing gum, going classified. Can't tell you. It's Project S word. Project S word. And the governor.
What say you, Admiral Connery?
Connery.
Your mother. Project your mother.
I'll take Project your mother. Take Project Space Titties.
There's not even a way.
No, but that's how it would come out.
The penis is mightier than the lightsaber? What?
Penis is mightier than the lightsaber. Ha ha! Moo! Tarkin's always trying to find a way to weasel. He's like, perhaps there is some assistance I may provide. Seeing if this is such importance, and Hemlock's like, yeah, just give me money. I'm cool. Worth the expenditure. The juice is worth the squeeze. This project fails to yield proper results, it won't bode well for your operation. He's basically saying, you better trust me. Or for you, doctor. And then he hangs up the phone. Like, what a dick. And he's looking at Scorch, or he's looking at the, what I thought was Gundams, but it's actually the Shadows. And he's like, I require an update. And then it's one of the Shadows. I tracked down the, what is that word?
Transdotion?
Transdotion, thank you.
You're welcome.
Words are hard.
Words are hard.
And pulled some intel out of her. So who's the Transdotion he's talking about?
That was, oh my God.
She got her groove back.
I know. Oh, Stella. There we go.
Sid.
Oh, Sid. No, Sid. I was thinking of he talked with never mind. Go ahead.
No,
I messed that all
it's
up.
Sid. So basically, she gave up the name of a pirate that's been in contact with the target. We
That's
know
what I was
that's
thinking of.
Fee.
Yeah, I
Yep.
was trying to think. I was thinking of Fee.
So my guess is Sid. I'm searching for now. My guess is Sid got tortured. Seeing as how we haven't
Good.
seen Sid, I'm pretty sure Sid's dead at this point.
Good. She.
Like, I wanted to know Sid's fate. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is Clone X Sniper Clone. This is the one that we saw in the waterfall. The one that I think is Commander Cody personally. And so he's looking for Fee. Next thing you know, Scorch and Emery are meeting with Cad Bane.
I'm still a little behind you. So,
No,
if that's what you're seeing.
No, they're still talking, but
Oh, okay.
it's
You just
they're
went forward in your
talking.
brain. Okay, you threw me
Yep.
way off.
Yep,
Your brain fast forwarded it.
my brain fast forwarded it. So, you know, in comes Cad Bane's ship from hyperspace. Or no, it's Emery's. It's the transport vessel.
Yeah.
With Scorch. And on the space station, you see 2 Imperial Star Destroyers.
I saw another thing too about how many were on the Star Destroyers. Like I saw a
Those things
whole
are massive.
thing about like how many are stationed on like different size vessels of the Empire, and then use that to calculate like how many like I think it was like billions of soldiers and contract and all that stuff for the Empire. Like crazy.
So Cad basically tells her, "You're not who I normally deal with." She's like, "Doesn't matter. Show me the shit."
Mhm.
And he goes, "Todo, bring out the kid." And the toddler's just taking a nap, chilling. It's like, "Yeah, don't worry. I gave it no food or water."
Yeah. Put some newspaper down.
Yeah, put some newspaper. And then they go, "Problem?" She said, "This specimen's younger than I expected." She said, "I need to test him for confirmation." And so she pokes the kid, takes his blood. They sure take
Mhm.
a lot of blood from kids, don't they?
They do. They do. Like they're taking the same amount from all of them. I wonder, like, are they replenishing it? Do they got some? Anyway,
Yeah. She said, "How many other specimens have you taken?" Cad Bane says, "Let's just." Oh, no.
Let's just say
Wrong one.
that's the wrong one. Yeah. Let's just say I'm good at my job.
they really
Where-
could have gave him a way better line there.
Yeah.
I was disappointed in that line.
Cad Bane's such a great character. And, you know, she's just questioning. He's like, "You giving away your hand, basically." And he's like, "Pleasure doing business with you," after they pay him. He gets in and goes, "Toto, let's go." They close the capsule, and the last thing he sees is Scorch and Emery. As the capsule closes, that's got to be terrifying for a toddler.
Yeah, I'm sure there's no trauma happening there.
No,
That
I'm sure this is fine.
Hmm.
So next thing you know, they're back at Tanis. They put the baby down and take his blood. Puts the blood in. They're doing the testing, and she's like, "Oh, what a cute little baby. I'm gonna lock him in the cell.
here's your new home.
Here's your new home, kitty." "No, kitty, bad kitty."
Just starts throwing shit everywhere.
"No, kitty."
That's its force power. That's all it does. It just finds things like that are on the edges of shelves and just like.
But in order to activate it, he's got to look you straight in the eyes first while he's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Force power. It's the worst force power ever.
Yeah, this does that. Force claws up all the furniture.
Yeah. Poops in your shoe. Force poops in your shoe.
Yeah.
Except it's the ghost force poop.
Like later on, it's gonna be chasing little mouse droids around everywhere. Like brings one back to you, like, look what I got. Got you a present.
Later on, it's one of the fallen Jedis taking a shit in your shoe.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, "Aren't you dead?" It's like, shh.
Just let it happen.
Let it happen. Emery goes, she looks and she's like, "Where's SP-32?" And the droid's like, "It's standard operating procedure for subject to be isolated for 2 rotations as punishment for following an escape attempt." So he's in solitary for 2 days.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Emery's just like,
No
"Seriously?
tablets, no Minecraft,
Nothing.
like nothing.
Space
He's
Minecraft.
grounded. Go
You're
to your room.
grounded. Stay in there."
Hey, what do you think? What does the SP stand for? I've been trying to like subject. No. I wonder what it stands for. SP something.
Isn't that the game? SP.
No, you're thinking of SCP.
Oh, SCP.
I wonder what the SP does stand for. I don't know.
I don't know.
Hmm.
It's just a maybe science project.
Yeah, science project.
That's what we'll say.
Look, that's terrible, but that's probably what it is actually.
Good job, Hemlock. What shall we
Master
call
of
this?
names.
We'll call it Science Project or SP for short. She walks into Eva's room, getting her blood, and then she looks at her. They look each other in the eye, and Ava's just like, she's down in the dumps. She just looks hurt and sits crisscross applesauce.
Oh, sad. That's the universal sad position.
Yep. And she goes, "Is everything all right?" SP-54, and Eva won't even look at her.
Mm-mm.
And she's like, "Eva," and she's like, "You lied. You said Jax wouldn't be in trouble." She's like, "He just wanted to go home."
Mhm.
We all want to go home. Like, this just tears at your heartstrings.
This was
here.
a very, very sad episode.
It was. She goes, "All right, love you, night," and shuts down, locks them in their little crates.
Didn't even read a good night story or nothing.
Nope. No good night, Moon.
Good night, Death Star.
Yeah. No good night,
It's too early for
Emperor.
that. Yeah, go the Force to sleep. There's not that one.
It's read by Mace Windu. Go the Force to sleep. Read by Mace.
That joke landed way better than I thought it would. Okay.
Hey. Good
Hey-o.
job, us. Hey-o.
Good
Next
for
thing you
us.
know, she's testing the blood, and Emery just kind of, I think it all hits her. She just sits down and she's looking at Eva's, and then she looks at Jax, and then she looks at Omega. And her eyes kind of go wide, and then she looks at this machine. It just, like I said, I think it all just hits her. And she finds Omega's lunchbox with her Lothcat straw doll.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets
she
this
kept
idea.
it.
Yeah. Shows Emery isn't a bad clone.
No,
really
no,
not.
and like we knew this the whole time that you know she'd be. I thought. Well, I mean, I'm glad that she gave it to the little demon child, and not
this Princess of Darkness.
yeah, not like
Princess of Power. Princess of Power.
give the cat to the cat kid.
The cat to the cat. Here, play with it, kitty.
Mm-hmm.
They turn on the lights, the cell's open, and then sitting outside the crate is the straw doll, and Ava just hugs it like she's just a little girl.
Mhm.
And Omega taught Emery that, you know. And Emery's just looking, and she kind of grins a little bit if you look.
Yeah, little smirk.
Little smirk, and then that's the end of the episode.
The end. That was honestly one of my favorite episodes, just because, like I said at the beginning, the uniqueness of it.
It's a great episode.
A whole different set of feels, a whole different set of vibe through the whole thing, which are actual, cinematic terms.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I really liked it a lot. You know, we talk about filler episodes a lot, and that one could have very easily went the way of a filler feeling episode.
Mm-hmm.
But they did that one so good. They did that one so well.
It was just a great episode. Like, and I wish we would have been able to keep up and, do them all in a timely manner, but we didn't.
We
that's
got
on us.
lifed really hard.
Yeah.
The last couple months, or I did.
And then, well, I did too. We had a
Well,
lot
yeah.
of sports stuff, and then
You
we've
had
got
sports stuff, and then nature decided just really want to stick it to me a couple times.
well, and we're still not out of the season yet either.
No, no. For you guys that have
We
not
got
been
till
keeping
mid
up,
June.
yeah. I was close to full on disaster within like a mile. Like
One poor town has got hit twice in 2 weeks. Like the town's devastated.
one town got hit 3 times in one night. Sulphur got hit back to back to back within a period of about 2 hours that night. The
Which
bad
is
night.
terrible.
Yeah, I went out and drove that path of destruction for us
Yeah.
a few days after. And if that thing would have just swung a little bit to the east, I mean, I would have had an F3 right on top of me. EF3.
Which sucks.
Which was, I think I heard was borderline EF4 if there would have been more for them to measure.
Yeah.
Then, that was a possibility. That was a bad dude. But yeah, but positive, cool note. I want to share this.
Sure.
Because we were talking about cinematic stuff and it popped in my head. And I haven't got to tell you this, and you're going to be so jealous.
Yes, I want to hear.
So jealous. So we had our graduations and things this week for
Okay.
the school that I'm at. And I've been to a few in our little smaller schools. You usually don't have a speaker at graduation. Like you have your valedictorian speeches. Like I had a whole graduation bingo card made up to
Right.
watch that had like ankle monitor, unnecessarily loud family, leather jacket, fedora, like all those things that you
All
see.
that stuff, right?
Yeah. Our guest speaker for our graduation was Mr. Sterling Harjo.
Was it really?
And to kind of put a big bow on what we were talking about at the beginning and all that, like he gave his, he can't semi-standard kind of graduation speech, but I'm in his hometown right now. And
Right.
he was telling these kids about and like, I don't think the timing could have been better for me personally. And it was not directed at me at all, but talking about nothing beats being home when you have good memories of home. And he talked about walking these streets. He talked about reservation dogs a lot. Not a lot, but he referenced it a few times. And he said everything that happened in that show is based off of a real life thing that happened while he lived here.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Which I'm really curious about the whole truck getting stolen thing now.
Well, I'm curious about some ghost named William Knifeman putting a drumstick in some fat kid's mouth because he's doing it wrong.
Well, no, that wasn't from the show.
No, you said it was based off of that.
That didn't happen in the show, though. That was, I can't remember his name now, but that was way before. He was doing comedy and stuff way before Reservation Dogs. I can't remember his name now. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, God, that's hilarious, too. That's one of my favorite YouTube videos of all time.
I love that.
But it was just so cool to hear that talking about, and I know not everybody's like that because some people have really bad memories of the places that they grew up. Right. And, I feel for you guys that have had that happen, especially if you grew up in a small town. You're like, I got to get out of here. But there's something about being home, whether that's where you grew up from or a home that you have made. And, I'll open it up here just a little bit. I've told you this off show, like where I'm at right now does not feel like home. I've said it several times, like this is just a house. And so when it was time to go home, it was time to go home. And so we're getting there. I feel like this will be good for me. It'll be good for the show too, because I'll be a lot more upbeat than normal. I'll be a lot more naturally upbeat. We'll put it that way. And just definitely
less pants too.
Yeah, less pants. I mean, I'm gonna be out of city limits, so like,
are you gonna be closer?
Actually, yeah. I'm going to be.
So we might actually get to see each other more than once every 2 years.
Possibly. Like I'm going to be a straight shot to BA. So.
Oh, nice.
Like I can be in BA in like 35 minutes.
So 45 minutes then.
Yeah.
Give or take.
I'm not driving that crosstown turnpike though that screwed me over for a 90-cent toll that ended up costing me $37. But I'm still salty over that. Oh my God.
You are. So all right, we're gonna get this edited.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's already getting late. You guys are all caught up with everything now. You know what we know. We appreciate your support. The show's gonna change up for a little bit on the way we do things, but it'll be for the better in the long run.
Yep. Hopefully, all pans out really well to work out for the better in the end. I mean, I don't want to jinx it because how my luck has been, but with
Just in
just
case.
nature and recording and all that stuff. But hopefully, this will be a positive thing, and I've got some plans for some other things to go along with this move. I'll tell you about after we stop recording that I think you might be interested in.
Oh, let's do that because I got to pee.
All right. So there it is. There's the episode.
Yay! So with that, this has been Every Man's Guide to Nerddom. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. And wherever you guys are, have a great evening, nighttime, morning time, whatever time it is, wherever you are, wherever you're listening. And please be good to each other.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
See ya. Rise up. It could get elevated. Nerk.